right, teachers, so now that we have the second month of testing out of the way, we can kind of start looking at some of the data pieces that we have available to us on iStation. So currently what you're looking at is the assessment completion for all of the grade levels for the month of October. You will notice that we have 706 students that are enrolled and only 586 that have completely assessed, and that was 83% of the campus. So one important thing to keep in mind is that intervention is also looking at these numbers, and that we always want to try to make sure that we get all of assessments done within the second week of the month. We do know that there was a holiday break, our fall break this month. So by the end of this week, we should have all students finishing up their assessment for October. Okay. From here, we're going to go ahead and move to the specific classroom so that you are able to kind of see two different points that we're going to be looking at today. Is going to be their tracking their minutes, so making sure that your level 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5s are getting the correct amount of minutes that they need to have, as well as looking at student goals. So the first thing that you're going to do is go up here to classroom. Now your view is going to probably look slightly different from mine, but I'm just going to pick on a random classroom. This happened to be the first classroom up, so Ms. Barahona, thank you so much for being my example. Make sure, as you already know, iStation Reading and iStation Espanol will be up here at the top. So one thing I just want you to keep in mind, if you are second through fourth grade, they do, for our two-way dual and our one-way dual kiddos, they do test in both languages. So if you happen to want to look at their goals for both languages, that is going to be an option as well. So I know our kinder through first, you only have to focus on one language. So that's what you will just focus on. If it's reading, iStation Reading, you'll focus on iStation Reading. If it's iStation Espanol, you'll focus on iStation Espanol. So going ahead forward, this is your classroom summary. I'm under iStation Espanol. And you will notice, I'll scroll down here to the bottom, and where I'm going is going to be under additional reports. And you'll notice that we have an additional reports under reading and additional reports under Espanol. Because this is a class that's going to be doing it in Espanol, I'm going to click view additional reports under Espanol. The next step is going to take us to a list of multiple reports that could be pulled. We are going to focus on the usage report. So once you scroll down to the bottom and find usage, you're going to click on usage. Come up here at the top, make sure it still says usage as the selected report. Click run selected report. When you do this, it's going to give you all of your students that fall under level 1, 2, 3, and 4, and if you have students that fall under level 5, they would be there as well. The first thing that you'll notice is that for our level 1 students, the same thing that's on the outside of our content office on our bulletin board, it talks about our guideline reached and our approaching guidelines. So the students that are needing that extra, the 40 plus minutes, theirs is going to be blue. The students that are getting close to reaching their 40 plus but still need those additional minutes is going to be gray, this gray square. So if you look here at our level 1 friends, we only have one kiddo who has reached his 40 plus minutes. And the way you'll know that he's reached his 40 plus minutes for the week is coming over here to under the usage column. For average minutes per week, he's at a 52. So he's been on iStation for 52 minutes. So this particular friend has reached his required minutes as a level 1 student. If I scroll down, we have our same numbers for level 2 and then our level 3. So we know that our levels 4 And our levels, our levels 3, 4, and 5 are going to be the students that need 30 plus minutes. So when you look here, we have these two students who have reached their 30 plus minutes, and they are where they need to be. We only have one kiddo who's a level 3 who has yet to reach his 30 plus minutes. He's 1 minute away. He can do it. I believe in him. You are going to use this data to be tracking it, and we, content specialists, me and Carletto, we will be tracking this information as well. This is how we're getting our iStation superstars throughout the week. We're looking at iStation usage as well, but this is very important for those students who are being seen by interventionists, because if they have a required number of minutes that they need to be meeting, you as a teacher should be able to know how to find out whether or not they are meeting or getting in those minutes. And so this is just one simple way of finding this. And this report, once again, was called the usage report. Next, I'm going to move over to the student goals. And the easiest way, I'm going to show you two ways to get there. You can get here from our usage page just by clicking on the student. When I click on the student, and I had to click on the plus sign. When you click on the student, anytime the student's name is highlighted in blue, it's going to be able to give you like a hot link. So if I click on the student's hot link, it'll take me to this classic page that you always see when you click on a student. When I scroll down to the bottom, there is a part that says student goals. I'm going to click on student goals. But before I do that, I'm going to take you back the other way. So here I'm on classroom. I click on classroom. It takes me back to this overall classroom view. From here, I could select the student by clicking on their name, and then it takes me back here where I'll scroll down and I'll click on the student's goal. So now we're going to shift our thinking to student goals. The purpose of having student goals is to be able to kind of see where our students are falling. Because iStation has changed to the point where they're more focused on individualized growth instead of everyone being lumped in one category, it's going to make it easier for us as teachers to monitor, us as content specialists, as well as the district to kind of see where our students are going. It's more personalized. So if I look at this particular student and I scroll all the way down to the bottom, you'll notice that I'm still in iStation Espanol. So once again, as mentioned before, if a student takes iStation in both languages, they'll be able to click and see their goals for both languages. This particular student in September did 797. You'll notice that in October, he or she did slightly drop down to 790. So this will be a perfect conversation to have with this particular student when you are in small group about making sure that they're staying focused on iStation, that they're trying to reach whatever goal that the computer has set for them. But then also making sure that you're using your data portfolios to track the information and how they are moving across iStation each month. You'll notice that the good thing about this, because this is brand new, it did not have this last year or any previous years, it's giving you a projected view of where they should be. Ideally, it might slightly adjust based on how they do, but for the most part, it's going to kind of be set, and then it'll adjust whether or not they increase or they decrease. And it'll always have over here, as you can see at the top, it'll have gray will be their assessment score, and then blue is going to be their student goal. So keeping all of this in mind, you're going to have an exit ticket, because I know you guys are going to watch this video. You're going to appreciate this video. In the exit ticket, you're going to identify two students, one of your level 1 or 2 students, and you're going to identify a level 3, 4, or 5 student. Once you identify those 2 students, you are then going to tell me their name, first name, last initial, and then tell me about how many minutes do they currently have for this week. That way you're kind of giving me an idea of whether or not you watched the video and you understand how to, 1, get to that specific report, and 2, be comfortable navigating through iStation. All of that information, again, is going to be inside of the email that will be sent out with this video. Thank you guys for watching. As always, please remember to reach out to either me or Ms. Corletto for any kind of assistance that you may need.